Hello and welcome to lesson 16, and today's lesson is all about motivation. In the previous lessons we've talked about getting a vision for your business, setting goals and creating a business plan. However, all the effort you've put into building the foundation of your business will be for nothing unless you follow through and take action. So today we're going to talk about staying motivated. Being motivated is important as it's the only way to maintain focus, and without focus you'll find your path becomes harder to follow. Along the road you'll meet up with some failure, and lack of motivation can cause failures to be fatal, whereas strong motivation will keep you moving ahead regardless. When I recently surveyed a large section of my list, there were two common questions that came up. One, what is the easiest way to make money online? And two, how do I get traffic to my offers? And you would perhaps expect those. However, the commonest second question that people asked was, how do I stay motivated to take action? This question came up probably because they recognized that this has been a problem in the past. Even though they knew what to do and how to do it, they'd just not taken the appropriate action. So you could well be among the millions of people who've had problems with this in the past. I think we all have to some degree. And that's why I want to address this here and now. What motivates you? And how do you get motivated? These are two questions you need to be asking yourself. If you're the rare breed that always gets things done, you can probably answer those questions quite easily. You may even have been asked at a job interview what motivates you. It's a common question in sales job interviews, and it can be a whole host of things, and it's a personal matter, so there's no wrong or right answer. But in all honesty, many people don't really know. So let me break it down a little bit. Let's look at the difference between the short term and the long term. As an example, short-term goals may be that you want to lose £5 in the next month, week, whatever. Or buy a new car by the end of September. So these would be short-term goals, and there's nothing wrong with them. They can be quite motivating, but once you've achieved them, that's it, they're gone. So what are the real reasons behind those goals? Maybe you want to lose the £5 to be healthier, or to feel good about yourself. Maybe you want the new car to live a life of freedom, or because you want to be more attractive to the opposite sex. And these are the longer term, lasting goals. Sometimes a short-term goal is good because it gets us fired up. But I know from experience that as the short-term effect wears off, many aspiring business owners give up because their long-term motivation is not firmly in place. We talked about vision and goals in the past. And vision is the long-term idea. That's what the motivation is for the long term, the big picture. And the goals are the short term. And you need the long term in place to be successful. Although you also need the short-term goals along the way to act as milestones. Steve Jobs said, if you're working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. And your vision needs to be high and inspiring, because if not, you'll lose motivation when the going gets tough, and it will get tough. You must be inspired to be self-motivated, and you must be self-motivated to succeed in this business, in fact in any business. So let's have a quick look at external versus internal motivation. This is sometimes called extrinsic and intrinsic. External motivation is not a bad thing. It will help you, but it's not enough on its own. So here's a way to test yourself. The action steps that are set for you after each lesson. Do you complete them? If not, then you lack motivation completely. But if you do complete them, do you do it because 1, I asked you to do it, or you feel you have to do it, or 2, because you want to do it? Whichever of those it is, you deserve a pat on the back. But if it's 2, because you want to do it, then you're internally motivated. And if it's because I asked you or you feel you have to do it, then it's external motivation. Either is fine. Let's just have a look at this little diagram. You can see that the M factor is in the middle there, where it combines this external motivation, the internal motivation, and the motivational capabilities, identifying what to pursue and what to avoid to stay motivated. If, when you asked yourself the question about completing the action plans, and you answered it was because you feel you need to or because I asked you to, then I suggest you increase your vision, make it grander, so that it's not me or the course that becomes your motivating factor. I know from my experience in personal coaching that many people, the vast majority of people, find this very difficult due to all the social conditioning that has taken place in their lives. And I have a solution to that I'll come to later. Some of the things that motivate me are my faith, my mission, my family responsibilities, and you can roll those all together and make them into my purpose in life. So what are your big internal motivators in life? You need to search them out and attach them to your business vision. Now you'll notice that I didn't talk here about tips and tricks, affirmations, etc. These are great, but I know people who've literally spent thousands upon thousands of dollars on seminars and courses. They've done firewalks with Anthony Robbins, and they've read almost every motivational book out there, and yet they're still not reaching their goals. The main reason for this is a deep-rooted belief system that blocks their path. It may be that they believe money is hard to come by, or that you must work hard to make money, or they're not worthy of an extraordinarily high income. There are many things that are written in our minds that are stopping us in our tracks, and in most cases there's no way to overwrite those erroneous beliefs without qualified help to unlock your potential. It's true that some may conquer and overcome these limiting factors, but most will not. So no matter how much you learn and how diligently you apply it, you may still not find the success you desire unless you can unblock these unwanted mind images that have been put there through social conditioning. But for now, here are today's action steps. First of all, I want you to figure out what really motivates you internally. Make sure that those things are a part of your vision, your business vision, and think about whether your vision will motivate you for the long term. And if not, tweak it, make it grander, make it bigger. Now, as I said, even if you follow all of my advice from this lesson, there'll still be times you don't feel motivated. There'll be times when you don't want to complete the steps. It involves a choice, and the choice is yours. And I'll be talking about that in the next lesson, along with a way to fix your mental blocks and free your mind up for success. Here's a quote from Helen Keller. "Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence." So we'll be talking about your choices and how you can overwrite any bad information that you have in your mind that is stopping you getting where you want to go in the next lesson. I'll see you there. God bless.